Assalamualaikum and hello to everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel Accelerate to Achieve. I hope you are doing well and safe. In this video, we will talk about Hamad Bin Khalifa University, available programs and application procedure. Hamad Bin Khalifa University is one of the university located in Qatar. It offers Master's, PhD and one Bachelor degree program. So in this video we will talk briefly that which colleges are available at Hamad Bin Khalifa University Qatar and how you can apply for it. So first of all, you have to open the website www.hbku.edu.qs/en for English. Once you open this website, you can see this web page. Now to see which colleges are available, you have to click on academics. Once you click on academics or you hover over the academics, you can see the different colleges which includes College of Islamic Studies, College of Humanities and Social Sciences, College of Science and Engineering, College of Law, College of Health and Life Sciences, College of Public Policy. Now in which college you are interested, you have to click on that college and you can see the programs and their admission requirements there. For example, I am going to open the College of Science and Engineering and we will see that what are the programs available and their admission requirements. So now here I am going to click on admission requirements to see their admission requirements, and if I want to see the programs, you can see the programs over here. So they offer bachelor degree in computer science, a Bachelor of Science in Computer Engineering, Master of Data Analytics in Health Management. You can click on arrow to see other program, Master of Information Systems in Health, Master of Science in Cybersecurity, Master of Science in Data Science and Engineering, Master of Science in Logistics and Supply Chain Management, Master of Science in Sustainable Energy, Sports and Entertainment, Sustainable Environment, Computer Science and Engineering, Logistics and Supply Chain Management, etc. So there are different programs offered by Hamad Bin Khalifa University in the College of Science and Engineering as well as in other colleges. Now, if you want to see the admission requirements, you have to just click on the admission requirements. Once you click on admission requirements, you can see this web page. Now here, the list of the programs as well as the required field of studies are mentioned. If you are interested in any program, you can see the required field of study and you can see also the programs available. Now coming to the English language requirements, as most of the students are worried regarding IELTS TOEFL scores. So actually applicants are required to submit a valid IELTS score of 6.5 or TOEFL score of 79 to demonstrate their proficiency in English, but applicants can be exempt from this requirement if they meet any one of the following conditions listed below. Number one is that if the applicant completed their studies at university in a country where English is a native language, he can be exempted, he or she can be exempted from this requirement. The applicant provides an official letter confirming that they obtained their degree from a university where the medium of instruction is English, if not otherwise exempted. And the third condition is that the applicant's first language is English. So you can be exempted from the English language requirements if you meet any one of the condition. And if you talk about the GRE score, which is one of the condition many students are also worried about, and for all the PhD programs at the College of Science and Engineering, GRE is the compulsory, so you have to submit the GRE score. But if you are applying for the master degree program, the GRE is not required for admission, but if you have a strong GRE score, it will strengthen the applicant's admission material. So applicants with prior such experience are preferred, especially for the PhD programs. So if we are I believe that if you're applying for the master degree program, most of the students don't have the IELTS or TOEFL, so that you can submit the English proficiency letter. And for the PhD program, so you must have the GRE score. Now if we see the requirements in detail, now here the different requirements such as application, academic transcript, standardized test results, letter of recommendation, personal statement of interest, resume or a CV, identification document, student funding and admission inquiries. Okay, so we'll talk briefly about each section. Coming to the application, now you have to fill one online application form, which we will discuss shortly. Then after that, we have the academic transcript. You have to submit the transcripts. If you are applying for masters, you have to submit your bachelor transcript. If you are applying for PhD, you have to submit your bachelor and master transcripts along with a grading system. So you can read it in detail. Third one is the externalized test results. As we already discussed, IELTS or TOEFL is required, but it can be exempted if you are meeting any condition, and GRE is required for all PhD programs in College of Science and Engineering. If you are interested in other college, you have to look at that whether GRE is required in that program or not. So you have to look at that. The fourth one is a letter of recommendation, in which most of the students get worried about. So actually you have to submit two letter of recommendation. One should be from your academic referee, means from your professor, from the university which you had attended last time, and they have to send actually the recommendation letter to their email address, which is mentioned over here, recommendations@hbku.edu.qa. And your professor has to mention your name and the program in which you are applying in the subject line. And also your professor has to send the recommendation form. One is a recommendation letter, which is mostly right on the letterhead of the university, and another one is a recommendation form, which you have to download from here, which you can see on your screen. So this is the recommendation form which your professor has to fill, and he has to combine this letter with your recommendation letter, and he or she has to send these two, one recommendation form and one recommendation letter, to the email address mentioned over here. Now coming to the next, there is a personal statement of interest. So you have to write the personal statement of interest, and the minimum words limit is 300 and maximum 500. But if you write less than 300, it will be not accepted. So but if it is greater than 500, it will be fine and it will be accepted. As in my case, I wrote the personal statement of interest. It has a it crossed the limit of 500, so I just contacted with the university and they said that it is fine, there's no issue, but it is clearly mentioned that below the minimum word count will not be accepted. So you have to take care about it. And in the personal statement of interest, what you have to talk about, many students are worried about that how to write personal statement of interest. So it is clearly mentioned over here that the statement should explain why the candidate is applying to the program and how their studies will contribute to the achievement of their personal objectives, including information about the applicant's research interest and achievement. So you have to talk about how this study will contribute to the achievement of your personal objectives, including your information about your research interest and achievements. So it is clearly mentioned, so you have to talk about it in your personal statement of interest. If we talk about the resume and curriculum vitae or CV, so it is also mentioned that some students are asking that which CV format should we follow. I would say that CV must be the simple and crystal clear, and it must include the following information as mentioned on the university website. So you have to include the academic qualification, professional experience, publications, research projects, academic awards or honors, and conference presentation. So you have to write your CV in a manner so that it should include all the information mentioned over here. Coming to the next, that is identification document. So you have to submit an electronic copy of your passport, or if you are national and a resident of Qatar, so you have to submit your valid Qatari ID. And the next one is a student funding, which is, I would say, scholarship. So Hamad Bin Khalifa University offered a scholarship and discussed the scholarship opportunity. Once you get admitted in the program, means once you get admission, then they will discuss the scholarship opportunity with you. So it is a later step. So first step, you have to just apply with strong documents and strong application. And if you have any admission inquiry regarding any of the division, which is in the College of Science and Engineering, there is the Division of Engineering Management and Decision Sciences, Division of Information and Computing Technology, and the Division of Sustainable Development. So you have to email to the given email address if you have any inquiry or issue. And this is the most important which I would like to tell you, that is, please do not submit any additional application material which are not on the list of the required items, and if you submit the additional material, it will be discarded automatically, and HBKU cannot return documents to the applicant once they are submitted. And all the documents submitted through the online application must be in a PDF format, and the other format will not be accepted. And the deadline for the international applicants is the 1st February 2021, and for the national and residents of Qatar, it is the 15th March 2021. So you have around 21, or I would say that 20 to 21 days remaining to submit your application. So if you are planning to apply as soon as possible. Now we'll talk about that how you can fill the application form. The application form procedure application is a really simple and easy. So in which program you are interested, you have to first go through their requirements, all those things, and then you have to click on apply now. Once you click on apply now, you will get this web page. Now here you have to click on apply for admission. Once you click on apply for admission, this web page will be open. Just a minute. Yeah, so this web page will be open. If you had already created your login ID and PIN, you have to just enter and click on login. But as you are applying, means you are applying for the first time, for example, so click on first time user account creation. Once you click on that, you have to create a login ID in which you are interested. For example, whatever you want to know, I would suggest write your first name, for example, Fayaz 101, 102, for example, write your PIN. So you have to read the instruction mentioned above to create the PIN and etc. So once you enter all the information, click on login. Once you click on login, it will move to this section. Now here it is asking you regarding the application type. You are applying for which program? Computer engineering for bachelor. Graduate international applicant means, for example, you are applying for the masters, or graduate resident applicant. If you are not international applicant, you have to select grade resident applicant. If you are applying for the JD, you have to select this one. If you are applying for the PhD as international applicant, you have to select this one. And if you are applying as a PhD resident applicant, you have to select this one. So you have to select that one, that option which is best fit for you. So for example, if I'm going to apply for the PhD as international applicant, I will click on PhD international applicant and click on continue. Once I click on continue, I have to fill this information now. Admission term, it will be the fall 2021. What is my first name? For example, my first name is a Fayaz. For example, okay, so if you have middle name, write the middle name as well and click on the fill out application. Now once you fill that information, now it shows the application checklist. Now these are the different sections you have to fill, and the completed section will be shown by the red arrow, red tick mark, and the incomplete section will be shown by this I sign. So you have to, it is not necessary that you fill all the information one at a time. You can finish it later as mentioned over here. So you have to fill all the information. Now we had already entered our name. Now we have to, you can fill any section at any time as it is already mentioned. For example, if I'm going to enter the address, I will click on address, and I have to fill the address over here. Whatever my street address is, for example, the street number 6, my city, for example, Karachi, country, for example, Pakistan. What is my mobile number? I have to enter that mobile number. Emergency contact relationship, for example, brother. So whatever you have, your first name. So you have to enter the emergency contact cell phone number. Whatever the cell phone number is, you have to write this one and click on continue. Once you click on continue, it will move to the next section. There is a personal information. Now here you have to select your gender, marital address, for example, single, number of children, 0, or you should just leave it blank. Citizenship, as you are applying as international student. Your date of birth, you have to select it, whatever your date of birth is. And if you are an international student currently live in Qatar, please indicate your sponsor. But as we are applying as international applicant, so you have to write here your email address. You have to verify your email address, whatever you entered before, and you have to click on continue. So now it will ask you about nationality. You have to enter your nationality, from where you belong, your date, your country of birth, your passport number, whatever your passport number is. Your passport nation of issue means your country name, who issued the passport, your passport expiration date, whatever the expiration date is, your native language, whatever your native language is. You have to select this one and click on continue. Now here you have to select the program, and it is mentioned that select only one area of study in your application. For example, I'm interested in a PhD in sustainable energy, and click on continue again. Once you click on continue, it will ask concentration, but no concentration is mentioned, so I can click continue. Now you have to fill the educational background. Now here you have to look up for your university or college from where you had completed your bachelor and master degree program. So you have to click on look up college code, and you have to search for your university. For example, I am from Pakistan. I am going to click on list cities in selected state, province or country. It will now select college city. All cities I would select and click on list colleges in the selected city. So now it will show me the different universities. So for example, I'm selecting Mehran University, and I will click on copy selected college information to data entry form. Now my university code has been copied to the required information. But now if you don't have, means if your university is not available in the list, you can write the code, university code, as a 01 as mentioned over here. So now city, for example, now university country, for example, it's Pakistan. Degree, so my degree is Master of Science, and if not found, enter degree. So if a degree is not mentioned over here, you have to write over here. So university major, if the university major is also not mentioned over here, you can write over here. For example, I'm going to write over here. So date of enrollment, you have to write month, day, and year, 2000, for example, 15, and likewise date of graduation, 2017, and you have to click on. Now I just entered the master degree information, so you have to enter the enter your view another college or degree. If you are applying just for master degree program, you have to enter your bachelor degree detail, but if you are applying for the PhD, you have to enter master's and bachelor. For example, I had entered my master degree detail. Now I have to enter the bachelor degree details as well. So again, for example, my university is same. I have to enter like that code and my university name and city, for example, and then university, country, and degree. For example, it's a Bachelor of Science. If not found, enter degree, and major is mentioned over here. And again, you have to write the date of enrollment and year as well, as we did before, like master degree program. So you have to enter all the information. Once you enter, you have to click on continue. Now it will move to the next section, that is educational background 2. Now it will ask you regarding few questions. Read the instructions carefully. Now when completing sections, selecting checklist, save your changes and display the application checklist. So it is talking about this options checklist, continue, finish later. You can read by yourself. Now we are moving to these sections. What grading system does the university you attend are graded from? Use. Please indicate the answer for the most recent university you have attended or graded from. For example, mostly I graded from Mehran University. I had completed my master's, and in that actually they are using the grading system as a CGPA, for example, or whatever grading system university is using. You have to write. For example, it is a grading system they are using as a CGPA. So I will write as a, for example, a CGPA. Insert the overall grade cumulative CGPA for your most recent degree. So overall grade, what is the overall grade? Is a 4, and what you had obtained you have to write over here, and insert the degree classification if applicable for your most recent degree. First class honor, very good, merit. For example, I write as very good. Were any of your degrees completed online or through distance learning? If you answer yes to this question above, please indicate which degree type, but answer to this question is no, so I will click on no. Was the language of instruction for any of your degrees English? Yes, so you have to click on yes and click on continue. Application processes are really easy. So now you have to fill the test scores. So if you have IELTS, TOEFL, GRE, GMAT, so you have to select each and every section, and you have to write the scores and the date taken. And it is mentioned that please note that the GRE or GMAT admission requirement will not be waived under any circumstances for PhD programs. Applications without a valid score will not be considered. By writing your full name here, you confirm that you have understood these statements. So you have to write your full name over here to make sure that you understand this statement. And now you here, for example, you have GRE score, so you have to write the GRE analytical writing score, GRE quantitative reasoning, and GRE total, and GRE, for example, GRE verbal reasoning. And here you have to write the score, for example, 3.5, quantitative reasoning 156, and GRE total, for example, 300, for example. And here you have to write as a, for example, 144. Whatever the score you have to just mention the dates as well. You have to complete this information. Like if you have IELTS and a TOEFL score, you can also write that information as we did here. Once you complete, you have to click on continue. Now this is the second last section, which is the additional information. Now, are you currently employed? If you are employed, and in which organization you are working. If you are currently employed, you have to write its name, and if you are not employed, you have to click just no. Have you ever been enrolled in any academic program that you didn't complete? If yes, you have to provide the information. If no, then click on no. And have you previously applied for admission to HBKU? If yes, you have to indicate the application and decision. If no, then click on no just. If you have any medical condition, then mention it here. How did you hear about HBKU? YouTube channel, Accelerate to Achieve, or for example, your friend. So you can write any options, or website. So you have to click on continue. Now you have to upload the documents, checklist items. This is the last section in which you have to upload the documents. So here it is mentioned English proficiency, IELTS, TOEFL required. So these are the documents which are required, in which it is written as a required, and research proposal in the bracket is not required. So in few programs, research proposal is required and is a mandatory, but in this College of Science and Engineering, research proposal is not required. That's why it's not written as a required. So you have to select that whatever the documents you want to upload, you have to select document type, and you have to choose file and upload. Once you upload the documents, you have to continue, and you have to submit your application. And but if you don't have the documents ready for now, you can click on finish later. And for example, if I'm going to click on continue, now this is the sections which are rated ticked mark. These sections are completed, but my documents are not completed yet, so I have to upload the documents. And once the application is complete, you can submit the application, and you will see the one window saying that your application has been submitted, and but you are unable to see the status of your application, but you have to wait. You will get an email from the university for interview or rejection or acceptance email, so you have to wait. It takes 2 to 3 months depending upon the program in which you're applying, so you will get response from the university, so you have to wait. And that's all. If you have any question, kindly let me know in the comment box of this video. And good